From real to heel.
All of a sudden, we have show tunes.
Da, 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 da,
Well, I mean,
da,
it is
from
double or
real
nothing.
to
I was gonna say it
heel.
is double or nothing Vegas, baby.
From real to heel.
I'm
Hey,
not
real to
singing.
heel.
Yeah. We need the Sandy. We need fucking keyboard of like Enter Sandman. We need the Sandy Man's intro.
You don't have to sing. I'm the Wayne Newton of the Nerd Port.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
I'm the
Uh,
Wayne Newton of the Nerd Port here, so.
All right. Can I share a funny story of something that happened today something that happened to me when I went to the store today?
yeah.
It's
All right,
wrestling.
quick.
It's
Hold on.
it's okay.
Welcome to From Real to Heel. I am Trips. He's Ronnie. He's the Zombie Master, and now he has a story.
So I mean, I wear wrestling shirts semi regularly. So
Bro.
today, I wear them a lot. I'll
No,
just
I'm
go
wearing
that.
I'm wearing my Matt Riddle shirt right now.
Well,
Bro.
I'm wearing my Kenny Omega Bullet Club shirt. So,
Ugh.
oh, shut up. Uh, so
Bullet
anyway,
Club, yay, Kenny Omega. Ugh.
We'll get
I
into
like
Kenny Omega.
I like Kenny Omega. I've met him a couple times. The guy's cool. Anyway, let me finish my story real quick.
All right.
So, I want to get your guys' take on this. So, I went to Food Town up by me to pick up a few. My mother needed something. She didn't want to drive, so she's like, "Can you run up and get it?"
Jesus,
Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah."
there's still food towns.
Well, it used to be it used to be a food town to me, but I still call it that, even
Oh,
though it's
okay.
not.
I was gonna say they're still around.
There's actually one in Red Bank. It's
Uh,
called Super Food Town. But anyway, I digress. So I'm walking in through the parking lot, and this old lady starts yelling at me. She goes, "How dare you wear that shirt on Memorial Day? You're praising bullets on Memorial Day. You should be
Oh
ashamed
God.
of yourself." And I'm getting yelled at in the parking lot by Methuselah's mother. You know?
All right, so
Or,
you were wearing the cleaner shirt.
yes,
All right, that's the cool shirt. I'll give you that.
but that neither here nor there. The fact that I'm getting chastised, and there's a guy that I know that's a wrestling fan was getting the carts, and he looked at me and he goes, he's like, I can almost read his lips, like, please, dude, don't yell at this old lady. So what did I do? I flipped her off and I walked in the store. She just stood there dumbfounded. But the fact that this happens more often than not when I wear Bullet Club shirts because people think it's like so offensive. It's a lot of older people, and I'm not going to sit there and try to explain Bullet Club shit to them because it's going to go in one ear and out their asshole. You know what I mean? But I just thought I was pissed, but then I thought, how funny is this that I get reamed for that?
oh yeah, it's ridiculous. It really is. You're praising bullets. It just makes as much sense as people insulting people of drowning.
I mean, because it's Memorial Day and I have a shirt that says Bullet Club on it. They figured.
God
Okay.
damn it! Sorry, It's
Echo.
you're good.
But I just figured that would be an interesting semi funny story.
Well, when you're Bullet Clubs for life.
Oh,
No,
dude,
but
this
I'm
is.
offending people for life apparently.
Oh God, whatever.
Well, so
I'm gonna sing a fucking song.
Hey, thank you for the follow. So are you watching Raw right now?
Yeah.
Kevin Owens is right at home. It looks like a hockey rink.
Well, they have the glass over just in case anything happens. I get it, but damn, they got glass all through it,
Dude, if
it
they
looks
don't use
different.
this, if they do not use the glass to check somebody, I will be
Chris
disappointed.
said that before. Chris said that before when you went to go take a mess. So
I will be
Well,
very disappointed.
I'll say this: the plexiglass does look pretty cool,
Yeah, it really does.
and I'm happy that and I'm seeing Jessamine Duke, I'm seeing Shotzi, I'm seeing Caden Carter. And Kevin Owens actually said, like, future WWE superstars, look who we have.
No, by the way,
I have to turn this on now. I have to see this.
by
now.
the way, the best part is they should do this at almost every Raw. They should do this everywhere, because the fact that you can then all of a sudden start banging on the glass to make more noise, that's fucking a smart idea.
That's if they do it. They haven't done it yet.
I'm saying if they do, like when they start going out and do that, the fact that they should have them like the front row people like make noise. You start banging on the glass to make fucking noise, dude. That'd be fucking awesome.
Well, that would be a way to have wrestlers not worry about getting anything with the glass, and that actually is a way to maybe to bring some fans back.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
we're not talking WWE. We're talking AEW.
Which I will say right now, AEW Double or Nothing is the best pay-per-view of the year so far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By far it was.
And I'm saying even better, this is even better than pay-per-views earlier in the year that had fans.
Yeah.
I've been very critical. I've been very, very critical of Dynamite because it seems lately they've had like one or two matches. The promos have been good, but then they've had a bunch of squash matches that just take me out. And they've also had the Jimmy Havoc hardcore matches, which I want to pull my hair out because they're horrible. But somewhere along the lines, if it's Cody, Jericho, Omega, whoever it is, they booked a hell of a pay-per-view, and I'm actually excited to watch Dynamite.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes, because I'll say this. I missed the kickoff match. I did not watch it.
The kickoff match
yeah, it was Private Party and Best Friends. I mean, it was what it was. I mean, it's the only thing I was kind of hoping when I watched that. I was kind of hoping, okay, this is where the revival or the revenge or whatever the fuck they're called this week.
FTR.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I thought this would be a
top
perfect
guys.
chance. I would expect this would have been a perfect chance for them to debut. Beat up both teams. But that was not to be, I guess. Which kind of the only reason I watched the damn kickoff show was for that, and we didn't get it.
To be honest, I completely forgot I know, Chris, you were telling me, oh yeah, it's on, and I'm like, oh, okay, why should I even go watch it? All of a sudden, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go up and fucking watch it. Fuck it. Good thing I did.
Well, all right, John, you will be happy. I actually bought the pay-per-view.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. Well, thing is, when I saw the concourse match and then Jericho was like the Stadium Stampede match, I was interested in that. I was interested in Stat versus Baker, but even though it didn't happen.
Because she fucked her knee up. She's out for a year.
Yeah. Well,
she
partially tore it. She's probably out for 6 months. I wanted to see the MJF match, the Stadium Stampede, and I wanted to see Mox. And I like Cody, so I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And
go ahead.
All right, usually when you buy a pay-per-view, or even like when you're watching like shit on the network, you're like, man, that was ugh. You're like, man, that was sort of worth it. Not really. I've already rewatched this pay-per-view 3 times.
Well,
parts of it. So
let me put it this way. Yeah, Sunday morning I woke up and it was on. Somebody had put it on YouTube. I recorded it off of YouTube. I put it onto a disc, and now I have my collection of. I have every AEW pay-per-view on disc now. I know I seem old with that, but I don't care. This way, I always could say, "Oh, I just want to," because obviously once it's gone, it's gone. It's not like they have a network or anything. This way, I can go back to
TV.
Well,
I bought it on Fight TV, and on the Fight Network, I will have it. I can watch it whenever I want.
Well, like I said, with this, I'm just as close as grabbing a disc, putting it in the PlayStation or whatever, in the DVD player or whatever, and watch it because this pay per view really blew me away.
Oh, it
There
did.
was I mean, there was a few clunker matches, but
I
I mean,
wouldn't.
not say clunker, but
All right.
each one had something to live up to, and they all lived up to something good.
All right. Do we want to get to the bad first before we start glowing away here?
What was the bad in your eyes?
Okay. I don't know if Ronnie will agree with me. The buy-in match I could give a shit less about. I thought the buy-in was going to start at 7 and it was going to be an hour.
It's only a half hour.
Apparently, yeah, the buy-in was only a half hour. Private Party best friends. The highlight of the match was Trent lost his bandana, then he got it back, then he lost it again. I don't care.
Honestly, you've never been a fan. You're a fan of Private Party, but they have not used Private Party at all in
Dude.
this.
Dude, I like Isaiah, the guy with the wannabe hawk thing. I can't stand
Mark Queen, I think his name is
Quinn.
Quinn. Yeah.
Quinn. Dude, he looks like an idiot.
But at the same time, you've never been a fan of Best Friends. Period. They've never been your cup of, you like Trent, you like Chuck, but together you don't like them together because they mix Orange Cassidy with that, and it just turns into bullshit.
Yeah, and my least favorite match on the card was the ladder match.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the ladder match, believe it or not.
The reason why, I'll tell you. First off,
they made Darby Allin look like a piece of shit.
Not that. Number one, the 2-minute intervals were stupid. They add a new guy every 2 minutes was stupid because the first two guys they had were SCU. You telling me they can't go rock paper scissors? All right, well you win. All right, well I get first shot.
But
that's all you have to do.
But I think this is actually, you had been talking about it. I think this is really the beginnings of breaking SCU up, and they're going to put what's his name?
Scorpio Sky.
Scorpio Sky. They're going to put him through the roof.
Well,
they're going to
maybe
he's going to go through the roof.
Here's the thing: Scorpio
Sky
like needs
that.
to.
I didn't like that. I was sort of happy that Jimmy Havoc's involvement on the behalf of Kip Sabian was like very minuscule.
Minimal.
That he didn't fuck shit up. Because if he would have fucked up spots, oh my god, I would have been so angry.
Well,
go ahead.
No, here's the thing. I was okay with SCU. It's like, okay, fine, I get it.
But there was one person in this match that even Jim Ross was getting angry at. Orange Cassidy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right, see, Orange Cassidy's lackadaisical, like, comedy thing works in a singles match, and it works in a tag team match, or like a trios match. Any type of gimmick match, it does not work.
Well, you know what I find interesting?
It makes it a disgrace.
What I find interesting, it was supposed to be Ray Phoenix was supposed to be in this match. Then he got hurt. Then he said, they definitely said he's going to be there on Saturday for the thing. And I think that's why Jimmy Havoc got involved, because they needed another body in there because he was too injured to go.
Well, they had another body. They had good old Naval Fringe himself, Joey Janela.
Well, no, Joey was already scheduled to be in the match.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Joey Janela was in the match in place of Ray Phoenix.
And didn't Colt Cabana take over for Phoenix?
No, Joey Janela took over for Phoenix.
Okay.
They even had the promos where Joey Janela was like, I wasn't even supposed to be on the card. I wasn't even scheduled to be on the card. And then I got a call. Said Ray Phoenix can't go. And I'm like, I love ladder matches.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, that was the whole thing.
Good old Jim Cornette talking about him back getting powerbombed through a fucking table, through a roof, and then with him and Leo. It's like, shut up, Jim.
Well, that was the end of the like Joey Janela that worked out.
Yeah, yeah, that right, exactly. That was like
That was the beginning of Joey Nutella. So
Joey Nutella.
that
Joey
needs.
Nutella, but now
Why
he's
is
starting to work out
yeah? Why is
more.
that not a
But
T-shirt?
I don't
Joey
know.
Go Tella.
All right,
Joey Tella.
the only thing all right, Joey Janela is like the leopard print tights are good.
Yeah.
Just get rid of the navel fringe. That thing is terrible. It looks so awful.
See, what kills me is like Darby Allin.
That
Is,
skateboard spot was nuts.
but no, not even that.
Dude, he hurt himself.
Here's the thing. You
He
make
fucked
this
up his
kid.
leg.
This kid is throwing himself, killing himself, barely for anybody. Obviously, AEW loves this kid. He's like the fourth ranked person in the fucking rankings. That
Has
means
almost
nothing.
a losing record.
That
and
means nothing.
Yeah, the rankings make no sense. Darby Allin's number 4, but MJF is 13-1, and he's not even near the top 5.
Yeah. But it's like you're saying that this, and this, but then you literally make him look like a bitch. Oh yeah, and that final spot that I'm sorry, Cage fucking hurt him. That final spot fucking hurt Darby.
Well, Darby was hurt already.
With the ladder spot, oh my god! I was like, I couldn't believe that. I'm like, well, he fucked it up. He fucked it up the first time when he tried to get him on the ladder. Then, and here's the other thing: why put him with Taz? What has Taz got to prove with anything?
The suplex machine with the big fucking machine. That's literally what it is.
Also, Taz cuts promos. Cage never really cut a good promo.
Yeah, that is true.
His promo was always like, "I'm a machine," and it's like, okay.
He's all muscle in the mouth, I guess.
Cage is a great wrestler, but
in Impact, when Cage was champ, and he was working with Sami Callihan, Sami even came out. He's like, "Well, I guess I'm on the mic because I gotta carry the storyline since my opponent can't talk a lick." and then people booed. He's like, "What? You can't believe me?" And then he comes to Cage, goes, "Sammy, da 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 da," and Sammy looks and sees the crowd. He's like, "See what I mean? He's boring." I mean, he buried his promo. But
you know what? I mean, the match was. I wouldn't say the ladder match was bad. There was a few good spots when they buried Cage under all that shit. That was funny.
The ladder match. But the ladder match was, in my opinion, the worst match on the card.
Not I meant by passable matches.
The buy-in. But the thing is, the ladder match being the worst match on the card, that tells you something about this card. Well, the buy-in, I'm not even counting. Whatever. And the thing that made the ladder match the worst wasn't Darby Allin in a ridiculous skateboard spot where he easily probably fucked up his ACL.
Yeah.
because Kaz moved, and then Darby Allin broke his board, and then he took a 15-foot drop right on his foot. And he's like, "Ah!" I'm like, no shit, really? Hi, I'm Darby Allin. Welcome to Jackass.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
See, I think the spot that Cage did with the ladder did not hurt Darby Allin as much as Darby hurt himself during that first spot.
Darby almost killed himself.
Well, Darby, it's a ladder. It's not even that heavy. Darby gets hit on a freaking mat. It is what it is. Darby jumping off of a ladder 15 feet with a skateboard that's not going to land the right way. I'm a little bit more worried about that. I'm sorry, you get thrown off like, all right, it is what it is. I mean, Cage even made sure Darby was on the ladder the right way. So.
But I mean, it's like, I look at it this way. It's like with Darby, they're taking a guy that one of the opening pay-per-views, I think it was All In. He's wrestling Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a big spot, and then he goes from that to basically he went from the penthouse to the outhouse. Like,
not really. I mean, Darby was in the TNT tournament, and now he's in a ladder match for the number one contendership. It's not the outhouse.
But it's like he's not getting that main event push that you thought he was going to get down the road.
I
You
mean,
know?
he was in one of the big featured matches. I mean, you can't get the big featured matches on this card were the casino ladder match.
Yep.
For the number one contendership for a shot at the world title.
Right.
Basically, number one contender. The TNT championship, which Darby was in the tournament and lost to Cody.
Uh-huh.
Then you have the world title match, which was the main event, top of the card. And then you have the Stadium Stampede match, which Darby Allin is not part of the Inner Circle or Elite, so why would he be in that?
Right.
So Darby is in a good spot on the card.
Oh yeah, no, Darby's in a fine spot on the card. It's just
Yeah, you're not getting bitched. He's not getting bitched. He did all that. My biggest problem with this match was the addition of Orange Cassidy, because it did not work. I mean, it's telling something when Jim Ross, who really redeemed himself for, 6 months of ho-hum broadcasting to where he was pretty boring, he really redeemed himself that night.
Yeah.
Right.
On Double or Nothing. Like, Jim Ross was on. Like, I was almost like, shut up, Excalibur. Let Jim Ross talk.
Yeah, right.
Ross was on. Ross and Shivani worked great. Ross was on, and when Jim Ross, who's trying to sell he's selling Darby, he was selling Kip Sabian, like selling all these guys, and then Orange Cassidy, you could see Tony Schiavone was doing more of the selling, where Jim Ross was just getting angrier and angrier.
Yeah, he
Well,
was.
you know what it is? Look, I like Orange Cassidy, but the fact of the matter is I hate to say it, the gimmick is starting to get stale.
Yeah, the gimmick works in a regular match, in a tag team match, in a trios match. When you have a hardcore match, or you have a gimmick match like a ladder match or a cage match, it does not work. Because, like, as soon as he stood up there and went like that, all right, I get it. And then where he's trying to do the ladders, like, and then Jim's like, stand up the ladder, you moron. Like, Jim was like, straight up, you idiot, stand up the ladder. This is so stupid. And Shivani's like, I think he's too lazy. And Jim Ross like, lazy my ass. Like, Jim Ross was getting so pissed at Orange Cassidy. Like, during like the part where the clock is going, is like Jim Ross like, how many more seconds we got before somebody else come in? And all of a sudden, boom, boom. Jim's like, thank God. You hear him say it. He's like, thank God. And then every time Orange Cassidy's like, this goof. Like, he was getting he buried Orange Cassidy on the show.
Yeah, he really did.
Orange Cassidy should not be anywhere near a title or a gimmick match, because he was a disgrace to it. And he is the reason why the Casino Ladder match, in my opinion, was the worst match of the night.
Well, you know what it was, too? There was a lot of speculation going in, like who's going to be the mystery opponent. There was rumors it was going to be Sting. There was rumors it was going to be Gulak. I mean...
Did you really believe... Now, here's the thing.
Sting is done. Sting is done.
If you believe... This is the only way that Orange Cassidy can really be saved right now, is if Gulak does come back and they reform the Gentleman's Club. That's the only way Orange Cassidy can be saved. Because then he loses the fucking comedy gimmick.
But the thing is, WWE is going to work a deal with Gulak, because WWE is very happy with Gulak's work.
Yeah.
Gulak asked for a raise, and they were like, no. But they're renegotiating.
Yeah, because the match he had with Bryan was fantastic.
Yeah, they're renegotiating right now as we speak. Like, Gulak has his agent and WWE, and they're working on a thing. Chances are Gulak will get a raise after the pandemic.
Right. I mean, there was so many. Did I think it was going to be Brian Cage? No.
I did, because that was already a thing that when he left, you knew he was going, because he already signed. You just knew You just didn't know when he was going to show up.
Yeah, it said Cage signed to AEW, and I'm like, wait a minute, Cage just hasn't been anywhere lately. And all of a sudden, Cage shows up with Taz. No one can stop the path of Cage. That's perfect. Because the first thing Cage had to do was get rid of the machine gimmick.
Yeah.
And the path of Cage works perfectly.
Which now, though, you team up even if you get rid of the machine gimmick, you still have the guy who's considered the suplex machine.
Yeah.
With the path of Cage, which, let's face it, Cage
and the thing is, he's not a heel. Because Taz never was a heel. He was just a badass tweener. Which is what Cage is.
If you're making Cage another Taz, I'm fine with that. Because that's perfect. You need a tweener. You don't have a tweener right now in AEW.
Right. Like, the only one that you could possibly think would be Archer, but when Lance Archer and Jake went, like, way overboard with Brandy Rhodes, yeah, that was the end of that.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? It's just, I mean, my Happy Cage is here. You know what? He'll make things interesting. But, I mean, all in all, the ladder match, like I said, wasn't bad, wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible.
I'll say this. You want to know what the ladder match really did? Took the rankings and wiped their ass with it.
Oh, pretty much.
Oh, completely. Like,
because Cage, first day back. First day in AEW. Number one contender.
All right. Yeah. The ladder match, what the ladder match did do was it did make Darby Allin more of a star because Darby did have ridiculous spots. And Darby actually did have a lot of ring time with Cage.
Yeah.
Where Cage was fighting him.
Right.
Scorpio Sky made him sort of look good, made Kaz sort of look good, but then his SCU faded away. It really put a spotlight on Kip Sabian because Sabian didn't look like a bitch.
Yeah. And Joey still looks like a fucking maniac.
Joey looked like a maniac. They just need to cut that stupid fringe from that freaking, oh my god, that stupid Tatanka shit.
So then what do you do with Colt Cabana? What is he, just like a filler?
That's what he is.
Honestly, Colt needs to do one thing. When Shivani goes back to calling baseball, needs to go right next to JR.
Well, no, Colt Cabana can do comedy wrestling matches and can do semi-serious stuff, but Colt Cabana winning a ladder match, it didn't work. Like, Colt Cabana...
I think Colt Cabana's best spot is working with Excalibur. To be honest, if you told me right now that Excalibur and Colt Cabana were doing AEW Dark, I'd be like, oh, that's gonna be fucking great.
Colt Cabana's best spot right now is putting over younger talent.
Yeah.
Like working, like if he works a feud with MJF, it'll be gold.
Actually, you know what he reminds me of and he needs to start doing? He needs to literally be the Steve Corino of AEW.
Imagine Colt Cabana working a feud with MJF.
Oh, it'd be great because Colt can talk as well.
Colt can talk. MJF can talk. They could dish it out.
Well, let me ask you, do you see it that way too? Do you see him like AEW Steve Corino, where Corino, when he was with Ring of Honor, he was on commentary. But if you really pissed him off, he came out from behind the desk to whoop your ass. But yet, at the end of the day, he put over the younger talent by losing the feud.
What AEW eventually needs, AEW eventually is going to have to get is like a cruiserweight title.
Yeah. Guys like Jungle Boy and stuff like that.
Jungle Boy, Janela, Sabian.
A light heavyweight title.
Yeah, a light heavyweight title. Because, Joey Janela just needs to cut that goddamn fringe. I'm sorry. It looks like navel hair. It looks like navel hair. It's awful. But, yeah. I mean, it made Darby Allin, it made Brian Cage look like a fucking monster.
That was a perfect debut for Cage.
Yeah. So, but again, that's saying something when I said the worst match on the card was the Casino Ladder match.
And let's face it, even if it was the worst match, it was a passable match.
Yeah.
It was a passable gimmick match. That's the other thing too. It is a passable gimmick match.
Yeah, and since most of us are doing a Raw watch along anyway, congratulations to Apollo Crews, who just won the United States Heavyweight Championship.
Yep, and Zelina Vega's face is even better.
Well, that's what happens when you break up Selena Vega's gang of sexy men.
Yep.
Yeah, congratulations to the Wuhan Nation.
Yeah. No, I was so mad when Ollie Davis didn't freak out when he's like, no, Selena Vega lost. She got rid of Austin Fury, and it's no longer the gang of sexy men. I was hoping he would have done.
Ollie Davis is just a treasure to listen to when he does his jokes.
Oh, Maverickception.
Oh,
Drake,
God,
Maverick,
I thought he goes,
Maverick.
I've broken the space-time continuum.
Broken his space Maverick's space-time continuum. Ah, yeah.
Anyway,
all right. So let's move on to the next match.
Which would be
MJF versus Jungle Boy. And this match blew me away. This match was good.
This was one of the best matches of the night. This was so good. And MJF is such a great old school heel.
Right. But you know what, though? Me and you have talked about this. You are not a huge fan of Jungle Boy, Chris, right?
No, MJF is Jim Cornette's favorite wrestler. I love MJF.
No. Well, here's the thing. We know who MJF was from the start. Jungle Boy, though, for a guy who literally was at one point in PWG a spot monkey. He was. In PWG, he was the guy that was doing the flips and shit like that. I did not see one fucking flip in this fucking match from Jungle Boy. This was a great old school style match, and MJF was fucking amazing.
All right. My problem with Jungle Boy, I'll say straight out my problem with Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy looks like the next Young Buck when Nick or Matt Jackson get too hurt.
Okay.
They just plug and play Jungle Boy and then the Young Buck.
Fair. That's fair.
But you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to go on a limb. I see in the next 5 years, if AEW is still around, if it's still around, is we never know in this day and age with the business and everything. This match, you're looking at the main event of your next couple of shows in 5 years.
It will be, but Jungle Boy will have changed his name to his actual name.
Yeah, he would be.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be a Perry. He'll go to Perry. He'll be Perry. Jake Perry.
Perry.
But the fact is that this match. Oh my God! It's like
this match broke Jungle Boy out as a single star. He does not need Luchasaurus anymore to hold his own.
Dude,
but the fact that
this match made MJF a main event player.
Yo, I'm sorry. Yes, it did.
Well, MJF already was a main event player with Cody.
But that one spot he did when he did that flip on the ring apron and MJF looked like he was unconscious.
The Poison Rana where he literally just fainted. I'm like, oh, dude, that back bump that he took the flat back right into after he took the Poison Rana, that hurt me. I'm like, ow. Because he didn't roll. He didn't
also. Can we just give it up for Aubrey Edwards?
Yes.
She is probably one of the best, if not the best, working referees right now.
Oh, yeah. And WWE had her, too. They let her go. She was in WWE for
She's gotten a lot better in AEW, because when she first was starting there, she stood out too much, where she didn't need to. Now she has not. There's times I have not even realized she was there.
I mean, my favorite refs now are like Drake in WWE, NXT, WWE, and Aubrey Edwards.
And I like Jess.
And don't forget Bandito Jr. is not a bad ref either.
Is it ironic that it's 3 out of the 4?
Oh, yeah, and there's
freaking
there's a girl.
I'm sorry. Is it funny that 3 out of the 4 are like top name fucking wrestlers?
And the other 2 of the 4 are women.
Was Aubrey ever a wrestler or no?
I don't know. No, but I'm saying Jess used to. We've seen Jess wrestle live. Chris, me and you have seen Drake and fucking Bandito.
It was
Bandito,
ridiculous.
I remember him from Jersey All Pro when he weighed like $125.
Oh, it was ridiculous because MJF's like, my knee, and Aubrey goes without. I was like, are you okay? And all of a sudden, like, he just pushes her aside and wails Jungle.
What's funny is we'll get to it, but Aubrey really comes into her own in the main event.
Seriously, I think the praise for that really goes to Jericho.
Oh yeah,
Because
we'll get to that.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that because I have a lot to say about that. Because
there's a lot of spots in that main event that I absolutely love.
Dude, that is my favorite match of the year right now.
Someone put up a post saying, what was your favorite taped match? And it was that, the Boneyard match, the Firefly Funhouse, and Money in the Bank. And it's astounding. Like,
The Stadium Stampede.
Nowhere close.
And I seriously probably have to give it up to Chris Jericho for a lot of that because it looked a lot like Jericho. Had a lot to say about that match. Anyway, MJF Jungle Boy was so good.
I love the finish.
The wrestling part was so good where they mash move for move and then headstand.
Oh yeah.
MJF slapped Jungle Boy.
Dude, when he slapped Jungle Boy, you see Jungle Boy's head almost turn halfway around. I'm like, oh damn! I'm like, oh shit!
And I love that MJF won with like a Euro roll. I don't know if did he also have the tights?
No, he had his hands.
Oh, he had his hands. I thought he had the.
No, so did I. So did I. But then you go back and watch the angle where it's facing him, like where it's like around the line. His hands, Jungle Boy's hands, are underneath. So when MJF kicks him out, he grabs his hands to pin him.
Dude,
but you know what it is? That was a good match. That was a good chain wrestling match, entertaining match. Good stuff. The few high spots that were good. I mean, I would dare say that was a 5-star match.
He did every like old school heel trick in the book, and it worked.
But here's the thing: the way he won the match helped MJF get over, and helped Jungle Boy get over.
Oh, completely, because MJF rolls out of the ring, and he doesn't even be cocky. He rolled out of the ring. Whoo! I just escaped that.
But that's what I mean. It made Jungle Boy look like a star. It made MJF be a main event player because MJF won by any means necessary. But it doesn't hurt the fact that Jungle Boy pushed him to his limit.
I'm sorry. He needs to get rid of that name.
Yeah, he needs to be Jake Perry, because even if you heard throughout the entire time, JR is screaming, "Oh, Jungle Boy Jake! I'm like, just call him Jake Perry."
Yeah, JR wants to call him Jake Perry so bad, because Jungle Boy just sounds so stupid.
Or Jungle Boy Jack. Sorry, it's Jack Perry, not Jake.
Jack Perry.
You know what's good? You know what needs to happen, and I hate to say this, to break up Lucha, whatever.
That already broke him up. I'm sorry. You need to literally get you need to honestly, because you almost need Saurus to fucking turn on Jungle Boy.
But what you need, like I said, that's what I'm saying. You need to have Luchasaurus come out one day during a match. They lose the match. He rips off the mask. He goes, "I'm not a goddamn dinosaur. I'm this," and then he beats the hell out of him and the midget. You know?
Oh, he needs the midget.
Or what I'd love to see Luchasaurus or Stunt cost Perry a match, and Perry just goes, "I'm done," and then he comes out as Jack Perry, like even like somebody announced, like Dasha announces, I'm like, Jungle, and he's like, no, Jack Perry.
Oh, I'm Hollywood Jack Perry now. You know?
No, because you can't.
Because you can't. Eating heel.
Honestly, he can't be heel. That's the thing. He's too pretty to be a heel.
That's not necessarily.
Heel, just pull it off. Just I'm done, and it's not a heel turn. It's just like
no. I understand that, but calling him Hollywood.
I'm on my own.
But calling him Hollywood. But calling him Hollywood is like no. He's too pretty to be a heel. You can't call him Hollywood.
Where is he from?
He's from. I don't know if he was. I want to say he was born in L.A.
Yeah, he's born and raised in L.A.
Oh, sorry, he's from California, right?
Yeah.
All he has to do is just say, "I'm no longer Jungle Boy" to Luchasaurus and be like, we're still friends. I just can't be Jungle Boy anymore.
Right. That's perfect.
But the
Because
fact,
one, he's not from the jungle. It looks stupid, and I get it because he looks like a mini George of the Jungle.
Oh no, yeah, it's Jack Perry, and yeah, he's from L.A.
Yeah,
yeah.
and what they need to do is if they're gonna have this feud, have a feud with MJF, and MJF is the one who transitions Jack Perry out of Jungle Boy. He's like, "Come on, Jungle Boy." Starts making fun of him, like he slaps him in the thing. Watch out for that tree.
Oh no, you can't do that.
That's the thing. It'd be making so much fun and humiliating him to where he has to drop the gimmick.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but it's like, I'm sorry to say it, it's either you need to break it up, have Luchasaurus turn heel on him, but then the whole bottom line is you got to get rid of Marco Stunt. That too, just like Orange Cassidy, that's starting to run its course.
Dude,
You know,
Marco Stunt turns heel.
no, because I mean, who's going to be intimidated?
Squeak.
Who's going to be intimidated by him?
No, he doesn't have to be intimidating. Marco Stunt could be a cake-eating, shit-eating heel that just constantly fights from the back. Basically, just imagine like a mini version of MJF.
I don't see it working with him. I really don't.
Instead of like the confidence and all that, we're basically all right because two guys who are best friends are Sammy Guevara and Marco Stunt.
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah, Marco Stunt could turn heel, work with Sammy Guevara, and they could be like the shit-eating heels. It worked perfect.
The sex gods.
No, the thing is, like, Sammy Guevara is like all too confident, where Marco Stunt knows he's not going to be that, so he's just going to win by any way possible, which means he starts, beating people from the back. He starts doing shit, starts talking, like, and then he runs away, and then he has. See, that he could be the one that turns Luchasaurus heel.
Yeah.
Because Marco will go, and it could be like a Shawn Diesel thing.
Yeah.
Where Luchasaurus just beats the hell out of everybody.
So I mean, bottom line is this match was just one of many of the great matches that this show
Oh, it was
had.
great.
Oh yeah.
It was
So
great.
the
I mean, I'm picking at straws here, but I love MJ.
Well, you're picking more at someone's gimmick than you are the match.
Yeah.
Which is not an issue. I'm just saying you're picking at a gimmick, not a match.
Right. Jack Perry, oh my dude, he was awesome.
Jake. No, is it?
Jake.
No, Jack. It's Jack. Sorry. I'm wrong.
All right,
Jack.
Perry was awesome. Yeah, Perry was awesome. I just did not like. He
looks too white meat babyface. That's why I said you can't have him as a heel. You have to have someone getting him to change his gimmick, but he needs to stay face. He's too much of a he's too white meat babyface.
Oh yeah, and all right, babyface turn alert. Peyton Royce is going to turn babyface.
Oh, they've been teasing that. I don't know if that's going to really happen.
No, they just last week when Billie Kay slapped the shit out of her backstage, and Peyton Royce went to do the whole Iconics pose, and Billie Kay just started walking. And Peyton Royce was like, what? Yeah.
Next match on the card, we had Cody versus Lance Archer for the TNT, which I want to say, a lot of people on Twitter were blasting the fact that the belt wasn't done.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I had to.
But I'm not saying you, but I'm saying there was a lot of people on Twitter that were bitching, the belt's not done. How can they debut a title it's not done? I'm like, really? That's what you're bitching about? Who the fuck cares the belt wasn't done?
All right. The thing is, like, I can see what the point is. Like, the belt's not done. They had ample time, but they even said it.
That's what I was about to say. First thing out of Shivani's mouth.
Yeah, first thing out of Shivani's mouth was the reason why the belt's not done. They're supposed to have gold plating, the nickel plating. But the people who do the belt at this point, they can only focus their workforce on making respirators for first responders. I'm like, okay.
That's that works perfectly. That's
Yeah,
perfectly
then I just
acceptable.
made fun of how it looked. And that's when I said Cody and Lance Archer are fighting for Audrey's quarter. You get the joke? You get the joke, John?
Yep.
Yes, I get the joke.
I'll give Audrey a whole quarter too, Audrey.
This match was, I don't want to say, I mean, they're following MJF and Jungle Boy, so
Yeah,
the
that
match
was hard.
it wasn't terrible, but again,
No. Sorry. You didn't need fucking Tyson there because he didn't even want to fucking be there.
Dude, when they showed Tyson yawn, they cut away from him.
Yes! I was gonna say, like, fucking Tyson didn't even want to be there.
No, he did. He did, just Tyson's out of his gourd. The best thing they did in this match was early on they sent Arn and Jake to the back.
Yeah.
well, because Arn got involved and he pushed Archer off the ropes.
Yeah,
And
good.
then that referee came out, and then Jake tries to come out with the snake, and Tyson rips off his shirt, which he really shouldn't have done. But
Tyson's getting back in the ring. That's all I need to say about that.
Yeah, he looked good.
He looked fine. For 52 years old, he looked fine.
Yeah,
But
but
the
I was
fact
happy that Jake and Arn didn't cause that much, and as soon as Arn did something, they tossed it.
There was a part though where Jake really didn't look like he knew where he was.
Oh yeah.
That's
I have my own hatred for Jake Roberts, and not that I should say hatred, but I mean the man is such a hypocrite and he's such a liar. I have been to so many conventions he's been at after he's quote unquote cleaned up. Where
God.
I was at, Alicia and I were at a Legends, I want to say about 4 years ago, and he was on the super ticket, and he was in the first block. He was at the last table when we go through. Ronnie, you know Legends how it was set up, right?
Yeah, I know.
The last table is usually the big person in the block is at the last table. So Jake comes walking in at the thing starts at 9:30. Wanders in around 9:15. We're already in the room. He's got no shoes on. First of all, it looks like he hadn't slept all night. He reeked of something. I don't know what he reeked of, but he reeked of something. He gets in the room, he gets in the thing, gets in his chair, puts his feet up, and the socks look like they haven't been washed in a month. You know, and I mean, I'm like, dude, you claim you're clean, you claim you're sober, but yet this is how you act. And I have the picture, and I'll have to dig the picture up later, Chris, and I'll send it to you. Tell me he doesn't look like he's out of his fucking mind.
Oh yeah, he does.
Something. No. When I send you the picture, the face he's making in the picture.
See, here's the thing. Jake, when I was watching that, my problem is I'm watching that and Jake is literally walking up and down the stairs, like, trying to realize when his mark is supposed to be, but he doesn't realize when the mark is.
I'll say my biggest. All right. Here's the thing.
Oh, and I apologize if you hear fucking fireworks in the back. They're shooting them off. So
following the MJF Jungle Boy match. All right, one guy has one of the best entrances in all of professional wrestling.
The other one has a shitty neck tattoo.
No. No, one has. The other guy is just a boring WWF reject who never even made his name.
That's Archer.
Vance Archer. I never cared.
Honestly,
and then he went to Japan. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's when, in my opinion, that's really when he made his name. When he went to Japan and when he went to fucking Oh my god, when he went to TNA with Jimmy Rave and Christy Hemme, that's when he got his name.
Yeah, but the thing is, I just never took him seriously. I'm just like, eh. And every time, and I'm watching him on AEW in the squash matches. I'm like, okay. And then he had a match with Dustin. It was a decent match, but it was a decent match because Dustin was doing all the. Dustin basically was selling his ass off for everything, making him look $1,000,000.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to get. See, more of the story was more Cody versus Jake than Lance Archer. So I'm just like, what's the point?
Archer was just the hitman. He was just more the
and
hitman.
you could set and you could call Cody's neck tattoo shitty. It's actually a good tattoo.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's not a good tattoo. It just shouldn't be on his neck. It's a chest.
You know why you
It's
did that, right?
why?
AEW is his company. It's basically him saying he's sticking his neck out for his brand.
Oh, I would have put it around his heart though. That's just me.
Well, he's already got Dusty on his heart.
But I'm saying
Yeah,
he's
he
good.
has
Yeah.
Dream across his heart.
Well, that's what I mean. Dusty, Dream, same thing.
Right, and the thing is, like, if you notice how Cody has sort of let the elite be the elite, and Cody is more focused on the Nightmare family.
Right, which we'll get into the other half of the Nightmare family after this match.
Which I liked. And Cody is very, very entertaining. And, dude, I'm sorry, he has one of the best entrance songs and one of the best entrances in wrestling. Like, I mean, every time I see his match, I'm like, all right, cool. I get to hear the song. I get to see him come out. I'm down with that. But and usually what he does between the ropes is good. It's just him and Archer.
Here's the thing. You built Archer to be this unstoppable monster.
And the thing is, I never believed it in it.
Exactly. There you go.
I never believed that in the first place. They're like, Lance Archer. I'm like, he looks like he is. All right, the Mohawk stupid thing to call it a murder hawk looks so stupid. It looks so dumb.
You know who would have been? I hate to say this. You know who would have been better in this part? Who just got released from WWE? Rowan. Rowan would have been a lot more real, much more believable in this role than Archer would be.
Rowan would have been a lot more believable. Brian Cage would have been a lot more believable. Had a better match. Brody Lee would have been a lot more believable and been a better match.
Well, Brody Lee, I have my thoughts on Brody Lee, but when we get to that match, I'll give you my thoughts on that.
Well, Brody Lee has been at least entertaining in his squash matches. Archer, except for the one old school moonsault against Dustin, I'm just like, yeah.
But you know what it is? He's trying. You know what? The one thing, it crossed my mind. I don't know if it crossed your guys' mind. When he did the walk in the ropes thing, I thought of instantly. He's trying to make himself out to be like the Undertaker, and he's not. I'm sorry.
The problem is he has a stupid looking haircut.
Oh yeah, he's still trying to do that rock and roll Lance Hoyt deal, you know.
And it looks awful. I'm sorry. The extensions look awful. There's a reason why a lot of female wrestlers nowadays are cutting their extensions.
Well, we'll discuss some extensions later. Because there's another, since you mentioned women and the extension. I'll get to that later. Because I have a bone to pick with that one too. But that's besides the point.
Because it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the goddamn ass to wrestle like that. And I'm sorry, the Mohawk looks so stupid. If you want to do the rock and roll gimmick, fine. But then he comes out wearing a jacket that no rocker would ever wear drunk.
No punk rocker would wear that.
No!
I mean, come on. Jimmy Rave probably looked at that and was like, what the fuck is he wearing?
Jimmy Havoc would look at that thing and go, fuck that trash, man. And this is a guy who painted his fingernails red. Ugh. I mean, Archer, I'm sorry, he's just not that believable. I don't believe Archer in the least. He's a cool guy. I see the interviews. I'm like, hey, he's a really cool guy. I want to like him. And then he gets between the ropes, and I'm just like, with Jake, and I'm just like, no. No.
But you know what it is? I'm sorry to say it. It's like he's gonna, I mean, when he came into WWE, there was a lot of fanfare behind him, and then he fizzled out. It's going to happen here in AEW too. He's going to fizzle out. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
Honor would have been more of a fit for this role.
Who would have been?
Connor from the Ascension.
Oh, Victor could have. Anybody could have been a better fit for that than him. Look, I have no problem with Archer. I met him. He wrestled a pro wrestling syndicate show, and I met him.
See the interviews. He's a really nice guy. I want to like him, but then all of a sudden I see him between the ropes with Jake, and I'm just like, nope.
All right, shall we move on to the next match? Is what we had. Chris Statlander versus Penelope Ford. This match, to me, I'm just going to say my piece for outright. This match was obviously just filler because of the simple fact that Britt Baker got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing against Chris Statlander. In fact, I like her a lot. I got nothing against Penelope Ford. I like her a lot, too. But this match was just basically thrown together because the person that was supposed to be in the match got hurt physically.
Yeah.
Penelope Ford.
I said my piece.
And this basically was like, let's put over Chris Statlander, which is the one you need to put over.
Yeah, Penelope Ford.
It's awesome to watch in the ring.
See, here's the thing.
She's ridiculously entertaining, too.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. Penelope Ford, I don't know what the fuck happened to her. Because just watching her wrestle, she seems like she's 3 steps behind.
Statlander? Yeah.
No, I'm saying Ford is 3 steps behind, like, in general. Like, she just looks like...
Yeah.
She just looks like she doesn't... Not that she doesn't know what to do, but the fact that she just looks like she's going through the motion slow. There's, no speed.
She's like she's lost.
Well, I think she was going through the motions because she knew she was losing.
But that doesn't help her. That doesn't help Penelope look good. You can do the job and look good. But that doesn't help. I mean, you know who came out like $1 million besides Statlander? Sabian.
Yeah, well, the thing is also Ford is there because she's one of the names that can wrestle during the pandemic. So it is what it is.
Yeah, but I'm saying
they're really thin. And
yeah.
Can we just talk about that suicide dive Statlander did?
Yeah.
dude, she booped the rail with her nose. Now she does the finger with the boop. Dude, she blopped.
Yeah, she goes.
The rail.
She goes. I boop you. Now I boop the rail.
Dude, she blopped Sabian, blopped Ford, kept going because she's like 6 foot, 5'10", something like that.
Yeah, she's almost 6 foot. Yeah.
Yeah, 5'10", 6 foot. She kept going and face meet rail. Like literally just like even the guy in the front row was like, oh.
I was gonna say, no, I was right in front of Billy Gunn, and Billy Gunn just was like, oh shit.
And Statlander got up like nothing. I'm like, God damn.
But yeah, Statlander goes over.
She can move. She can sell. And the best thing is like, she had the emotion. Like she was getting fired up, just like, ah! I'm like, yes. And I love that Statlander wears her freaking gator scarf to the ring where she wrestles.
Which it's like I said, you know what? I got nothing against either one of the girls, but you could tell that this match was definitely just a fill-in match because of what it was.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a stinker, but it just was. It was what it was, you know. You're gonna.
It wasn't a stinker. I liked it better than the ladder match. I liked it better than the ladder match purely on Statlander. Because Statlander is a joy to watch.
It had its purpose. It had its purpose. But at the same time, like I said, Penelope just... Sabian seemed like he was fucking having more fun out there than like Penelope. Like, dude, I don't know. Something bugged me about Penelope.
Statlander would have been a better competitor in a ladder match than Cassidy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that suicide dive was sick. It's like face rail.
Boop.
Yeah, I was boop boop blah.
But other than that, there's
Boop,
not.
boop.
But other than that, there's nothing really to talk about from that match. It was a filler. It was a piss.
I mean,
it was to some people, it was a piss break match, and it shouldn't have been.
it was. It also showed her strength because Ford tried to do a Rana and Statlander caught her and put her right into the Big Bang Theory.
Right.
That was nice. Like, but you
Chris,
could
I'm
tell.
gonna send you that picture of Jake now. I'm gonna send you that Jake picture, and I want you to tell me if he doesn't look like he's out of his mind on something. Jake,
All right.
it's coming
You
now.
could-
Just take.
All right. You could tell that Ford, like when they were going to do spots, that she knew what was going on. She was right on it. But when it came to calling it in the ring and stuff like that, that's when Ford looked
Right.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
right.
funny because during when we were watching it, Ryan goes, "Oh yeah, Statlander's WSU too." I go, "Yeah, she don't say that she is."
God damn.
What?
You, Jake.
Did I tell you? Does he not look like he's on something?
Oh, yeah, completely.
He's either on some drug or he's drunk. One or the other. And this is how he showed up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you were like Statlander. Yeah, somebody was like, oh, Statlander's WSU. I'm like, no, she's not.
No, she's WrestlePro. She's Cap. She's Creator Pro. She ain't on DJ's watch list.
I'll call her AEW.
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
But I'm saying is though she got trained by Pat. Everyone's like, oh no, she's WSU. I go, no, she got trained by Pat Buck. She got trained by Pat Buck. It's a better credit.
Okay,
No,
this
is what I said. I said Stats more shimmer than WSU.
Right, that too.
Because
Yes.
she worked more shimmer because she worked a lot more shimmer shows than WSU. Because I'm like, no, she's not WSU. So what? And I said, oh, so she'll be on the CZW Girls in Area 69.
Yeah, I saw that. I started laughing. I got a laugh out of that.
All right.
So the next match was Dustin Rhodes versus the chairman Sean Spears, this is another guy that they just kind of started off on fire and they just fizzled away.
Dude, I was loving this freaking match.
Dude, the highlight of this whole thing is Sean Spears' call out to the Joker from Batman.
No, I was going to say it's that stupid underwear with Tully's face on the front.
Yeah, there's that, but nobody caught. Did anybody really catch the reference? He's like, all these people here, I'm here, and where's Dustin Rhodes? He's at home, washing his tights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I
was
caught
like,
that.
oh my God, Jack Nicholson Joker. That was perfect.
But this match, like I said, this match for what it was okay. I really kind of, this match was on in the background while I was doing stuff, so I mean, I really didn't give it that much attention. In other words, until I kept hearing somebody say, would somebody please fix his underwear? His ass is hanging out. You know what I mean? Come on.
He's at home,
Washing his tights. Yeah, no,
I'm sorry. Dude, as a Batman fan with the Joker reference, I was all about it. Why he had Tully Blanchard on his underwear, I don't know. I don't care.
I love the fact that Dustin literally, then he put up an Instagram post. Dustin goes, whooping ass since 1988. And it was just him beating the shit out of Spears.
Oh, yeah, he just destroyed. I mean, it was a complete destroying squash. But you know what it is? It's like the Spears started off like with such potential. But what happened? What the hell happened?
What
Dude,
happened?
he's still.
What happened to Lance Archer happened.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. There's too many people that not enough.
Too many people trying to go after Cody. Because Sean Spears had a whole thing to do with Cody.
Yeah. But, yeah, it is what it is. Alright, next.
Was
The women's title match, correct?
Hiraku I'm going to butcher this poor woman's name.
Hikaru
versus
Shida.
Nyla Rose. This match, I had a feeling there was going to be a lot of. They mentioned it at the beginning of the match of the young lady that passed away over the weekend.
Oh yeah, Hana Kimura.
Hana
Yeah,
Kimura.
Kimura.
Yes, that there was a lot of talk. That's somebody on Twitter said that's the only reason the other girl Sheeta won is because it's kind of like a tribute. I'm like, no, she's a good wrestler.
That's
She's a damn good wrestler.
Well, also Sheeta in the title picture as a champion. There are so many. There are so many way. How can I put it? So many ways to have better matches than with Nyla Rose.
I was just about to say, how many people
Nyla's sloppy. I'm sorry, Nyla's fucking sloppy.
couldn't make it?
Now this is my thing. You were talking about the extensions. The whole match, Nyla's flipping those stupid extensions out of her face. If they're going to be a problem in your face during the match, don't fucking wear them.
Oh, the braids. Oh God.
That it's like she's got the hair, the normal black hair. Just go with that. You don't need to add 6,000 different red pieces of string in your damn hair. It looks stupid.
My biggest problem with Nyla Rose is if you're a trans wrestler, don't be a heel and don't say I represent power. Because as soon as you're like, I represent power, I represent pain, you're like, yeah, I also represent masculinity. It just, I'm sorry, because if you're trying to be the bully and then you let it be known that you're a trans wrestler, it's like, of course you're the bully. Because you're a dude.
Were a dude.
You were a dude. And I represent power, I represent pain, yeah, because you represent, a male body.
Yeah, and
like a male skeleton frame. A male skeletal frame, which is a lot different than a female skeletal frame.
Yeah. By the way,
and proven.
So Dee was watching this with me, so she saw that belt and freaking was like that. She goes, "That belt is ugly as sin."
Oh yeah, because you know what it is. I mean, even if you got somebody who's got a little more body mass, like Nyla Rose, the belt still doesn't look like it fits right.
It looks like an egg. You put it on Sheeta, it looks good. You put it on Stat, it looks good.
But when what's her name had it, it looked like a toy. It didn't even fit her back. What's it? What's it?
Riho. When Rio had it, it looked like a giant belt.
Because I mean, when you could see the back of a belt, that means okay, it's on the last fucking loop. You don't need it to be on. I'm sorry. Carry that thing. Don't wear it.
Oh yeah,
like
Nyla. Oh yeah, Nyla Rose had it on the last loop, easy.
Yeah, shit. No, Lila had it on the last loop to be around her waist. The other one had it around her waist on the last loop just so it would stay on.
Rio had that thing like ridiculous, like where the third plate was at her back.
Yeah, Riho. That when I saw that, I'm like, Riho, please, sweetheart, eat a sandwich.
Or carry the belt.
Up until the sad passing of Hana Kimura.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the only women from Stardom that AEW should fuck with from now on are Hikaru Shida, Bea Priestley, and Hana Kimura.
Yeah.
But now with the passing of Hana, that sucks. Maybe get Jamie Presley over because that is Bea Priestley's tag team partner.
Right.
It would make more sense to get the queens. To get the queens out. But keep Sheeta there. Sheeta is doing better than she ever did in Stardom in AEW.
But like Nyla, the other thing is too is Nyla. Yeah, is sloppy. It is just so bad. It's like, okay, you're this, you're that. It's like, good, just get her off the title. Because if you're gonna say that she's supposed to be this freaking monster, she doesn't need a fucking belt.
Well, Nyla also, she's just sloppy.
Dude, I love everyone. I love when Sheeta literally says, everyone's like, oh, well, I've been hearing all these, well, you can't beat someone that's bigger than you. I pinball Makana.
Well, the thing is like this.
It's like
If you look at,
okay,
if you look at the injury that happened to Baker,
yeah,
you look where Stat and Sheeta did the AA, right?
yeah,
Was right in the center where Baker had her legs split to receive Nyla.
yep,
Nyla grabbed on the rope. Did you see that?
yep.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden landed right on Baker's knee. And Nyla has hurt people with that dumbass knee because you can't protect yourself with it. Where if she doesn't pull it quick enough, it whacks you. And she's concussed people. Like, if anyone's saying B. Priestley unsafe, Nyla Rose has been unsafe for a long time.
But let's face it, too. Here's the other thing, too. Let's not call a spade a spade. Nyla's a guy. Nyla's a former male that turned female.
Because she sucked.
A male throwing a knee at a female is... And this is... Listen, I hate to get into this. This is also proven. There's a lot more force.
Yeah.
With the body weights. That is just... It's proven that as someone
Nyla, as a former man, she has the bone density of like me, you, and John.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where
But
we
here's
could
the other-
smack our bones against a tree trunk and only suffer a bruise.
But here's the other thing too. I want to say this about Nyla. She is AEW's version of Nia Jax.
Complete with the sloppiness.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, is with the sloppiness. And because look at how many people Nia's injured. Look at how many people Nia Jax and Nyla Rose. Nyla. How appropriate.
And
Nia.
how many of them were from the Asian descent? Good amount.
Well, the thing is, the best Nyla was back in the Indies when she was a face. For some reason, when Nyla Rose decided to work as a face, she was a lot better. But then they wanted to make her a heel, and it just no.
Yeah, so I mean, the match was what it was. We have there's a champion now that there's a lot more you could do with. There's a lot more people you can work with. So the future going forward with the women, if they keep the title off of Nyla Rose, I would be okay with it. She's had her title run now. Now she can just kind of fall back into the wayside. Let Sheeta and some of the other women have some good matches. Statlander and her will probably have an amazing match.
Oh, yeah. Nyla can't go as long. What I want to see, and the problem is we'd have to have international travel back in order for this to happen. I want to see Sheeta and Priestley go at it.
Oh, yeah.
Like a 30-minute, like, knockdown, drag-out, like, ridiculously epic match.
Like an Iron Man.
I want to see Sheeta and Priestley. I want to see Sheeta and Statlander. Sheeta and Baker. Sheeta and Shauna, because, my God, somebody's got to do something with Shauna. Shauna needs to go back to working heel. Because that Dragon Ball Z gimmick ain't doing shit. It does good in Japan, but over here, and I'll get to that. I'll get to like some Japan stuff. You need to tweak it. And the best thing about Sheeta has done what Asuka and Io Shirai and Kairi Sane have done. She's tweaked her style to work in America.
Right.
Yeah. 100% right. 100% right.
And it works. Where Riho never tweaked anything and just nobody cared about Riho as champ. I'm sorry, nobody cared.
Except Kenny Omega.
The only people who cared about Riho as champ were Kenny Omega and the people who really love Kenny Omega and followed everything he did, which would call like his match against a sex doll a great like 5-star match, which they're fucking dumb.
So all right, let's move on to the next match, which is
one thing I will say I loved, because the whole thing was like Sheeta taking the kendo stick. I was like, well, she's supposed to be really dangerous with it, right? And it didn't look like it at first, and then right before the last Shining Wizard she hit, she did a quick shot right to like Nyla's temple
Yes.
with the kendo stick, just like and broke it. I'm like, now that's what I wanted to see. That was vicious. That was fucking vicious.
Yeah.
I love that. That might have been shit of like, that's what you get for falling on Baker. Get a concussion, bitch. Receipt. Done. All right, next match.
The next is the co-main event, I call it, which was Moxley versus Brody Lee for the AEW title, and this match was pretty fucking sick as well. I gotta say,
was a fight.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was tired. I ended up passing out during this match. I have not gone back and watched it yet.
I have it on in the background as we speak.
This was a fight.
So I cannot comment on this match. So have at it, you two.
This match was a fight, and even though Moxley did win and got his title back, which made more sense, they really put over Brody Lee.
I mean, the one spot that blew me away was that spot on the stairs when he gave him the paradigm shift through the fucking stairs, through the ramp. And then, I mean, it's like, damn, and then he comes up all... But see, that's the thing. He bladed, but you can see it's like, it looked spotty. It's like somebody sprayed him on the forehead. It's not like he got cut. But the fact that when I almost called him Dean Ambrose for a second. When Moxley was beating the hell out of him on the top, he would beat him a couple times with the forearm, fight him, beat him a couple times, and fight him again. I'm like, now this match was sick.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then he did the
was a sick spot.
paradigm shift through the steps, and then he gets him for the cover, and he kicks out right away. So then he does an elevated paradigm shift. Lee kicks out again. Mox has to choke him out. Brody Lee never tapped out. He passed out.
He passed out, as they would say, due to the blood loss, which he really didn't bleed that much.
Yeah,
if they don't leave stains on the friggin' canvas with the blood, this wasn't Bret Hart Austin when Austin's face was a mask of blood at one of the WrestleManias. I think that was 14. I think that was 14 or 15, but regardless.
13.
I mean, regardless, this match was just sick all around. These two guys, I mean, you got to look at it. 2 years ago, one was I think Ambrose was the WWE champion 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and Brody Lee was one of his 10 times being injured. For them to go from that to the semi-main event and to have that good a match, that blew me away. Blew me away.
Oh, it was so good.
But you know what? Yeah. You know what? From what people have been saying, this reminds me of... I mean, because they were around there. They've met in CZW, and it kind of reminds me of that.
A little bit, but Mox has gotten a lot better.
Oh no, and so is Brody. But I'm saying like that whole oh well, someone get this, they bust it open. I'm like, it's kind of a toned back CZW match between these two.
I mean, you could tell this was the last live match, and they were just like, you know what, we'll just go all over the place, wreck the set, do everything.
Yeah. So we can take it down because we gotta go. We got a tape match coming in. Oh boy, do we have a tape match coming!
And between Sheeta, Rose, Lee, and Moxley, I'm pretty sure they destroyed the whole set.
Yeah. By the way, Vicky Guerrero was there. Why?
So, you know, it's like I was gonna ask that. It's like Sonny Kiss was out there, Billy Gunn.
I was fine with them because they're all under AEW contract. Vicky's not.
Oh, what did you think, Chris? Did you see the spot where they had with the new figures that are coming out?
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't like the way they look.
I don't either. I'm not crazy about them. I mean, it's because they make them look too. I don't know.
You know what I am gonna be? You know what I'm gonna?
I want an AEW video game.
Well, I was just about to say because guess what? It's been semi-announced.
You ready for this,
thing
Chris?
won't be done until next year.
No, it's already been worked on by THQ Nordic and Ukes. The same people that made WCW Revenge and WWF No Mercy.
That's Aki.
Well, no, they're using the Aki engine. They're using
the Aki engine.
Yes, they are.
I'll believe that when. Where is this? Where is this announcement?
This was a. I'll find it. It was a thing that Omega had on an interview. That Kenny put out for an interview.
How recent? Because the last one I saw, Cody was like, "We'll have news on the video game when we do."
I want to say it was 6 months ago.
Then it's not recent enough.
No. This game, I have a feeling we won't see until 2021 or 2022 at the latest. 2021 is a possibility, but I would not.
They need to take. They're taking their time with this, if anything.
If you know what it is, you know what I'm going to say this, and you guys, since you're gamers, you'll understand. They want to avoid a WWE 2K20 disaster.
Oh yeah, and Ukes. Ukes said they're working on their own game. It could be AEW, or they're just working on like something like how WCW versus the World was, where it was like they have wrestlers sort of from New Japan, but they had different names.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they used. Well, no, they did have a New Japan game. It was
Fire Pro.
Yeah, for Fire Pro.
But it's like I think the reason I think they're taking time is because they don't want to have another failure like 2K20 was. And even though I've replayed 2K20 a lot, I mean I fuck around with it. I have no problem with it. I know Ronnie, you're not a big fan of it because you liked the more of the cartoony stuff. I like the more realistic stuff to me.
No. I'm sorry. My favorite wrestling game to this date is No Mercy. It's just to this date, WWF No Mercy is still the best wrestling game ever.
What, for N64, right?
Yeah, in general. I'm sorry if they remade
I don't know about that. Because I like the N64 games. They moved, but graphically they were just shit. I'm sorry. Graphically they.
Well, you suspended disbelief for the graphics, for the gameplay.
They were blocky.
But the thing is,
Ukes.
I don't know. Ukes offering like 2K19, 2K18 were great. 2K19 is damn near perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no collision. The only thing Ukes 2K19 has, it's a little bit of a, how do I put it? It's a little bit of a steep learning curve with reversals.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, yeah.
And the storyline universe thing is eh. I mean, if they could put in like GM mode and create a story and stuff like that. I mean, to this day, my favorite probably was the last WWE game that had custom soundtracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was 2K14.
I think you're right.
Yeah, the one with Daniel Bryan, because it was right after CM Punk and 2K13.
All right. Well, with that being said, shall we move on to the main event of the night? Gentlemen?
Oh yeah. This is what we're going to talk about.
Oh my God.
This is what I've been waiting for. This match, I've rewatched this 3 times since I recorded it.
4.
This match was fucking
so good.
Awesome.
This match was worth the price.
All
right, this match was worth the price of the pay-per-view alone.
Oh yeah.
40 minutes. 40 minutes of just ridiculousness. It was stupidly ridiculous, and I loved every minute of it.
I mean, I love the football entrances, and you know.
The best thing about this is where I really think this falls a lot on Jericho. Because I know Kenny Omega's been wanting to do DDT style matches in AEW. The problem is with a lot of DDT style matches in America, why they won't work, is because a lot of them have to be super uber nerdy. Like, like Guy versus Bullet Doll, like the Nakazawa shit.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I'm sorry, it's stupid, it's dumb, and it's horrible. But it seemed that like Jericho saw something in the DDT style, like, oh, we could take it to this. And how will Americans how will Americans react to it if it's like, almost like a hardcore, like sort of the WWF hardcore thing, but add comedy spots with sports and stuff like that, which was the smartest idea. Because a lot of the sports comedy works perfect, especially with the times right now where we're all hurting, especially from missing football.
Yep.
Right.
So, I mean, I think Omega was like, all right, we'll do this and that. But Jericho was like, all right, we'll have this spot, a lot of sports themed spots. Because Jericho seems like more the sports fan than Kenny Omega. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, you're right. I won't disagree with you on that fact.
Yeah, so I really liked a lot of the sports things. As a football fan and a football fanatic, I loved the sports stuff. Like, even with the concourse match, where it was a hardcore match and went to the concourse and they did all the stuff battling through.
The only thing, believe it or not, there was only one thing in the match. As much as I love the football intro, too much fucking smoke.
Dude, the smoke was great for the inner circle and they had the uniforms and all that.
Well, with the Elite, now
I was like, all right, now that the Elite come out in jerseys, I will love this even more. And the Elite just came out in the wrestling gear. I'm like, ah. That made me hate the Elite. That made me hate the Elite more.
Dude,
but, I mean...
So, I loved the one thing that I noticed, and Chris, you picked it up. The fucking jerseys.
They were great. The Inner Circle came out with the rockin' theme. Dun, 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 dun. The cheerleaders, they came out on the line, like, yeah, they're all jacked up. Where the Elite came out like, B, Elite, B, Elite. I'm like, oh, no, that is gay. G-A-Y, gay. And, like, the Young Bucks came out. All right, if the Young Bucks had the vests on and then they took them off and had jerseys, that would have been great.
Yeah.
But the Elite didn't have a jersey or anything. I'm like, come on, man. You could tell it was like sports versus nerds.
Sports versus fighting games.
Yeah, and it was fucking stupid.
Well, what made me laugh was, did you notice, John? I know Chris noticed. Did you notice what LAX was wearing?
What?
I know me and you, Chris, picked it up. I want to see if John picked up the jersey numbers of Ortiz and Santana.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the jersey. It was like 50 and 5'8", right?
No, 5150.
150.
Oh, okay.
For LAX Homicide.
Yeah, for Homicide.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm like, I like that. I was like, when I saw 51, I'm like, oh, please tell me. When I saw, I think it was Ortiz had it. I'm like, please tell me Santana has 50 on. I'm like, I saw that. I'm like,
well, Jim Ross did say something.
Tell me how cool it was that Hangman Page came out on the horse.
All right, Jim Ross said that those jersey numbers all have special meaning. Like Jericho wore 27 because that was his father's jersey number when he played in the NHL. Hager wore 72 because that was his jersey in college. Guevara wore 93 because he was born in 93. And they said Santana and Ortiz, they said it was a shout out to a Brooklyn native.
Oh, did they really? I didn't even hear that part.
Yeah, like Santana Ortiz numbers have to do with a Brooklyn native. 5150 homicide.
Yeah, homicide.
Yeah.
And somebody said on Twitter, they said, why wasn't Hager's thing his prison number when he got arrested?
Oh.
Because it's his jersey number.
It was. I think they were trying to be sarcastic.
They were trying to be.
We'll get to the IWC in a little bit. Let's just keep going on with this match, though.
And then the Elite came out just in their normal shit. Yeah, Paige on the horse was good.
Yeah.
And
I'm
hit
sorry.
Casey Guevara down. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Stadium Stampede thing. I mean, the Stadium Stampede, just Elite. Come out in jerseys. Come on, man. Go with the theme.
Like Matt Hardy, just it was so like the idea was a good idea if they all came out the same way, but the match was still good.
The match was
yeah.
great. The match was great. That's my one gripe. My one gripe was the Elite should have came out in jerseys.
But I
It
mean,
would have fit.
But I mean, there's one part of the match that was my absolute favorite. Chris, I'm sure it was yours, and Ronnie, I'm sure it was yours too. When Ortiz and Santana had Matt Hardy in the pool.
Well, wait,
That was one of my favorite parts.
because that is where I'm going to get on the IWC.
My favorite part. All right. My favorite part of the match, because I'm a football fan, and I think Ronnie remembers because all I had during the Jericho part, if you look at the time, is like LMFAO, LMFAO, LMFAO. Was
Yep.
like Jericho versus Jericho on the sidelines. Oh my god, it was gold.
But no,
But
my favorite thing, one of the
why
spots.
even have a ring? They didn't need a ring.
No, I don't know what the fuck the ring was there for. Like, it made no fucking sense.
They were in the ring for like maybe 3 minutes.
Dude, my favorite part was literally while he was chasing him down, he literally leaves the horse there to go to the fucking bar.
Run,
Yeah.
Sammy, run! Run, Sammy, run! Sammy's had a hell of a week. A hell of a couple of weeks.
Yeah. And then, like, all of a sudden, like, Paige is like, nowhere. Sammy's back in the fucking match. Paige is still looking for him. All of a sudden, just leaves the horse and walks to the bar. And I'm just like,
I love that. Sammy runs out. Guys, I'm back! Guys, I'm back! Sammy!
But then also, I find it funny that Paige was sitting at the bar with Hager.
oh, my favorite line out of that. Are you here? Are we here to fight? Or are you here to drink? Both.
All right, but let's get. All right, so they come out. They do the shit. They do the shit in the ring. Whatever. They got their shit in the ring, and then they got better.
Yeah.
Santana, Ortiz, Hardy, and Omega went up like into the stadium concourse. Oh, all right.
Can we get to the?
Watkins, Kenny Omega with socks of quarters. Oh my god, I love
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Can we get to
Anytime
the?
Kenny Omega gets beat down, I'm loving it.
Yeah. Which then leads to the pool spot. Which, okay, I got a bone to pick with the fucking IWC right now.
Go for it.
Because, oh my fucking god, the amount of fucking people that are screaming foul about them drowning Matt Hardy because of Shad Gaspar.
Oh god.
Get off of it.
Thank you. But then here's the thing. There literally was just a post that was put up saying, oh yeah, a tasteless joke about a man who hung himself 14 years ago, and everyone's crying foul, but yet AEW is defending the fact that they drowned a man 6 days. The man 6 days ago drowned by saving his son. Suck my fucking dick, because I'm sorry.
All right. The thing is also, AEW marks did bitch and piss about the
They did.
Edge Orton thing.
They did.
So I can see them getting their just desserts from WWE fans. Are like, wait a minute here.
But you know what, though? To the fans that actually don't give a shit, shut the fuck up. We're all gonna tell you to shut the fuck up, both sides.
All right. The thing is, I mean, I can see part of it, but the other thing is also, if you know the broken Matt Hardy thing, and all his waters are like the waters of reincarnation.
By the way, my favorite thing in the world was when Santana's beating down Hardy, and he's telling Ortiz, get in here, get in here. He goes, I can't swim.
Can't swim.
And you just hear Santana.
I love that. Santana
Like
dives
3 feet
in.
of water. Get in there.
Ortiz like gingerly gets in.
But did you hear?
Johnny goes, it's 3 feet of water. Get in there.
No, he
I
goes.
love that they drowned him the first time. He's like, ah, and then They drown him again. The camera looks and he's still doing the like Hardy Boys thing underwater.
No, but Santana, you missed what Santana says. He's screaming at Ortiz. Yeah, it's only 3 feet. Get your fucking ass in here, pendejo.
Yeah, get him in the hill. And then they bring him back up. Oh yeah.
And then they got the Matt facts and they're reading.
That was the greatest part. Santana and Ortiz are just like, yeah, they're reading the
Matt Hardy can hold his breath for 355 seconds. And then you
and they show the camera and he's doing the V1 thing.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry, but the fact that they just went there, and I'm just like, oh, and the fact that they had the music behind it, I'm like, what's next? They're gonna drown him and turn him into the ice pick?
Dude, that was a great. He was like, oh yeah, and that I remember I put in the Nerd Zone chat, or I put on the Nerdport Network chat and Facebook Messenger. I was like, he can slam a tornado.
Yeah. Dude, Matt Hardy has literally reinvented himself more times than any. Dude, remember, this was a guy at one point who literally lost the will to fucking wrestle, and we started calling him Fat Hardy.
Right.
Yes.
See, I was waiting for him to come out and be like the millionaire Matt Hardy from ROH.
Yes. The ice pick.
A lot of people said he was going to do next. Was I think next was Millionaire Matt.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, I was crying so hard.
Oh yeah, like he could slam a tornado, and then he became Broken Matt Hardy. Then they drowned him, and then he came back as Damascus.
Oh, dude, it was so good. And then you just hear, well, I guess they got the pool water from the Lake of Reincarnation, like.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, any water.
You gotta say it the right way. The Lake of Reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
You must. You have to take a chill. You should sit in the wheel of chairs.
Well, any water in the Broken Universe. Well, remember, any water in the Broken Universe is reincarnation.
But then you know what? Somebody also said that they're. I think Ollie said it, or no, it wasn't Ollie. It was somebody else said, why didn't... It would have been so funny if the refs had penalty flags.
Oh, they did!
Oh, they did! That was the funniest part. All right, we're getting there. And then they go to the bell, and Jim's like, they ring that bell when they score a touchdown. And then he sort of scoffs. He's like, that didn't happen that often.
I was going to say, my Oklahoma Sooners do that more than the Jaguars.
He didn't even say that. He's like, they ring that bell when they score a touchdown. And then you hear like a...
Ortiz.
You could hear Jim Ross laugh a little bit.
Yeah, which made it funnier because once he rang the bell, Ortiz is like convulsing. He sits down in the wheelchair and he ties him up.
And that was another Batman reference.
Yeah.
Boom. I was waiting for him to go down the stairs. He just kept them there. He's like, you stay there in the chair.
Yeah, you stay there in the chair of wheels.
And then he... Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. And then he throws Santana in the fucking ice box.
This will help with your inflammation.
Oh God, Matt Hardy was the fucking MVP of that fucking match.
Inflammation.
And then Hager finds fucking Paige and they have a bar fight.
Dude, and they did a straight up bar fight.
Dude, I was loving okay. I'm like, all of a sudden Hager walks in and all of a sudden you just are you here to fight or are you here to drink? Both. And I'm like, oh shit, bar fight. Straight up old school bar fight. Let's go.
They both pound a whiskey. They start fighting.
I'm like, dude, this is some Roadhouse type shit right here.
Hager knows that was the pool cue. That was great.
No, the pool cue, yeah.
Dude, and then he does the old movie thing where he just takes Paige, just slides him across the bar.
I was marking out so hard for that. I'm like, wait, they're gonna do the slide. All of a sudden, just I'm like, yeah, cool.
Then Kenny Omega comes out, but at least Paige got the last thing with the buckshot lariat.
Oh, dude, the fact that he did the buckshot off his back was awesome too. But then, okay, this is what killed the bar fight for me.
The buckshot shouldn't have killed Hager.
Well, well, yeah, that's true too. But you know what killed me about that end of that bar fight? Really, Omega
pour whiskey and milk.
milk? Really? Fuck, have at least soda.
Well, that's Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega doesn't curse. Remember, he's like, with your but I'm just like, fuck you, Kenny Omega.
And then yeah, they start going back and poor Jericho.
I'm gonna be. Yeah, it's like Adam Page drinks whiskey and then he pours Omega milk. I'm like, okay, you know what? Okay, Varg.
Okay, Boy Scout.
Okay, Varg Vickerness. You want your milk before you kill somebody.
Dude, oh my god. So, then
comes the highlight.
Oh.
Jericho. Oh, yeah, and also, what was it? Nick Jackson or Matt Jackson? They did a moonsault off of the goalpost on Sammy Guevara.
That was Matt Jackson that did.
And then Nick.
Right.
Wait, hold on. Before that, Nick starts doing a Northern Light suplex down the entire field.
No, that was Matt.
Matt. Okay.
Matt.
So the Northern Light suplex.
Oh yeah, he does like the triple, and then they cut away.
And they start seeing him at the 40-yard line, and then he's at the other 30. Which, by the way, my favorite line of this entire thing was, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do an end zone celebration. How about this excessive celebration?" He goes, and then you hear Shivani. Well, that's what you get for an Alex Wright celebration.
Well, hold on, because you went way too far. Because before all that, you have Jericho fighting Nick Jackson, and they're all over the place. And then Nick Jackson throws footballs at Jericho, and I'm just waiting for Botchamania to do man getting hit by football.
Oh no, he hit him, and you hear Excalibur saying, "He's throwing that balls out of the ball bag." Oh wait, he just hit him in the ball bag.
Yeah, just hit him in the ball bag, and then you see the Jaguar thing. I'm like, oh my god, someone's going in there. Jericho throws Nick Jackson in, and then there's Jackson DeVille.
Yes.
Judas effect to the mascot, and then Jericho's like, I hate mascots. Then at the same time, they cut quick, and this is when like Matt Jackson's at the 40, at the 50. Like they keep going, and they cut right back to Jericho. And Jericho grabs Floyd, beats Nick over the back with it, goes to pin. 1, 2, 3, and this is where Aubrey Edwards is great.
It's 2. It's 2. I challenge.
It was 3. It was 2. I'm challenging the play.
How are you challenging the play?
Replay.
What?
He throws the red flag, and the best part is like Aubrey goes, seriously?
And then Jericho follows
in the tent.
Then follows Aubrey, and you're not even supposed to be in here.
And then Aubrey Edwards is like, it's like the call stands.
No, my favorite. That was one of my favorite.
You're a shitty referee.
My favorite line out of that though is Aubrey just going, "You're not even supposed to be in here."
Oh no, you're not even supposed to be in here. You're a shitty referee. And then I think this is when Jackson's at the 10, the 5 touchdown.
Starts doing an end zone dance, gets the 15-yard penalty for excessive celebration, and Shivani
super kicks the ref.
Oh my god, no! But Shivani goes, "Well, yeah, you do deserve a flag if you're gonna do a Alex Wright celebration."
That was hilarious.
I'm like, wait, we're in 2020. We had a Wunderbar kid moment. Oh shit, I'm done.
Yeah, then Jericho gets. What did Jericho lose?
He got super kicked, and then because he had a fucking cone on his head coming out like a witch.
Oh, yeah.
And then he gets lined down the middle by
oh yeah,
Hangman.
Kicked out, and then he got the line by a drunk Adam Page.
God damn it.
By a drunk Hangman. And then finally Sammy Guevara comes to when the sprinkler hits. He's like, I won! And then you see the golf cart. I'm like, yes, they brought the golf cart back.
And then Kenny and Matt are chasing after him.
The best is like JR is like, run, Sammy, run!
By the way, did you notice? I'm jumping a little ahead, but did you notice what the drone's name was?
What?
Nero 1.
Nero 1?
Yeah, Neo 1.
Neo
Yeah,
1.
right.
Yeah, not Nero, Neo 1.
Neo. Yeah, but I'm like,
That's a nod.
Oh, yeah, completely to Brother Nero.
Yeah.
It was that was so funny because it's just like, the funny thing is JR is like, man, you got to feel for Sammy. He's had the horrible weeks. Like, run, Sammy, run!
Dude, that fallen angel, that one-winged angel that he took.
That was ridiculous.
Oh, that was great. Even if it was to a crash pad, that was fucking great.
And the funny thing is, Sammy Guevara on Twitter, he posted like, anybody else feel they just got thrown off a building? And all of a sudden, I'm like, I tweet back at him like, is that a spoiler for Wednesday?
Dude, the only good thing that would come out of that is if Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black tweeted him back. Be like, yeah, I know that feeling.
Done that.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Well, the thing is, I want this ridiculous, but the thing is what they did, they managed to do a DDT style match in America and have it make sense.
Right, yeah.
And that is big on Chris Jericho, I'm pretty sure.
I think that has a lot to do. I think that's Jericho with Omega's help, because Omega knows the whole style of DDT, because, he's been there.
Yeah, Omega knows the whole style, but
and
there's
then,
a lot of stuff in DDT that won't work.
But what I'm saying is that's Jericho tweaking. That's Jericho and Omega working together, being like, hey, all right, well, what is the DDT style, and let's tweak it to work in America.
Right, well, the DDT style is really ridiculous, but the thing is, like, it's almost to the point where it's all fake.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's both of them. I think that's more.
Yeah,
that's Jericho working it.
Instead of this ridiculous stuff like, and like bullet dolls and all that, how about we do this where it looks a lot more real,
right? And
the comedy is more sports based. Because that was the comedy. The comedy was like wrestling, like like WWE, like with Matt Hardy. Like, oh yeah, the drinking thing.
Yeah, the freaking bar fight was half the fun. Was funny as shit. It was half.
Yeah, but the funniest part was all the like sports humor laden in within it.
Oh yeah,
like Jericho challenging the play, the 15-yard flag for excessive celebration. Jericho getting in a fight with Aubrey. Like, all that shit was funny. And, of course, the golf cart chase.
Yeah, Matt.
More jackass than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, there were moments, but it's like, oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Like, have you ever seen the concourse thing where they show the concourse match where it's on Botchamania? They're like, we're the inner circle, baby! And then they have Welcome to Jackass.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Sammy Guevara gets hit by the thing, and then Jericho puts the freaking cone on his head. Like,
I heard that. And
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
Yeah, it's like, we're the inner circle. Welcome to Jackass. Jericho with the hee thing, and they throw Matt Hardy in an ice chest.
Oh.
See, as long as they do that, I think it works, because I think more people want nutty stuff like that right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like a Stadium Stampede 2. They could do some of the same spots. It wouldn't even matter. Because that thing worked.
Yeah.
That thing worked. Come on. Who does not want an Inner Circle replica jersey right now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, what number would you want?
I know what number I'd want. Ronnie will know the joke when I say it.
Ronnie wants the Hager jersey.
Well, what was it?
37.
Oh, yeah, 30 at once?
In a row?
Yeah, in a row?
No, Ronnie would want the Hager jersey, probably.
Yeah, what was his number? It was 72?
72, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my number in high school was 77, so I mean, it's close enough.
My number in high school was 72, but I would want the Jericho shirt just because Le Champion.
Yeah.
I just
Le
went
Champion.
I'm just Ronnie knows why I picked 37. It's all Kevin Smith, baby.
Yeah, Clerks.
But the thing is, like,
Clerks.
nobody wore
Biggest joke in
37.
Clerks.
So you're looking at 27. Jericho, Le Champion.
Les Champions.
Le Champion. But
So-
but this match was so ridiculously good.
This whole pay-per-view was ridiculously good.
It was. This
I mean,
review, I was like, all right, AEW, you got to impress me. And
I think
AEW won me over. It won me over.
but it's just like I look at it this way. It's like, people at WWE were going to be checking in on this. They have to really step their game up now to pass this up. I mean, to even match this. Because I'm
Well,
sure
NXT is doing well. NXT has to really step it up. Well, NXT usually does step it up. The
But I'm
one
talking
thing that'll
about-
hurt. The one thing that'll hurt AEW is no Britt Baker in the crowd because she was a star in the crowd.
Well, yeah, it's not because of what's her name, the AEW's Nyla Jax. Nia Jax.
Nyla Jax.
Nyla Jax.
Nyla Jax.
But it's just the fact of, I have always been a fan of AEW because, as everybody knows, I'm a fan of the Bucks.
Yeah.
But it's like this pay-per-view, I'm actually going to give a copy to Alicia to watch. She's like, was it any good? And I'm like, it was awesome. She goes, really? I'm going to give her a copy of the disc. I'm like, just watch the main event. The other matches were good. Watch the Stadium Stampede match. That match stole every fucking second of the show.
Because there's
Bottom
so many
line.
jokes. There are so many jokes. Like if you're a sports fan, you have the football jokes. If you're a wrestling fan, you have the Hardy jokes. I mean, there's like the whole like bar fight thing from like Roadhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
The jackass like slapstick comedy where Sammy Guevara basically is like the poorest soul.
He's basically Ryan Dunn / Steve-O / Chris Pontius / everybody.
Dude, he's Danger Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Dave England.
Well, Dave England farts and shits a lot. That's why I said Danger Aaron. Danger Aaron used to do like the ridiculous stuff where nobody else wanted to do it.
Well, hey, don't forget, Danger Aaron and Steve-O did that too when in the Jackass movie when he pole vaulted into that sewage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... So, all right, shall we bring it in? So, final thoughts on the pay-per-view. Chris, your final thoughts.
This pay-per-view won me over, and I mean, AEW is a solid number 2 to me right now to NXT. NXT's still my baby. I love NXT, but AEW is right there. Like, right there. Like, I'm really looking forward to Dynamite, but before I'd watch it, be like, I'm looking forward to Dynamite, and I'm hoping it's as good and they start getting better and not as many squash matches. And I know you like the Bucks and Omega. My guy in the Elite's Cody. I like Cody and a Hangman. And I think if the Elite ever splits, it's going to be Cody and Hangman versus the Bucks and Omega.
Yeah, I mean, I've met every member of the Elite. I mean, at different times. I've met the Bucks a couple of times. I've met Omega a couple of times. I met Cody a couple of times. Hangman, I only met once. And if you really want to count the thing, I've met Marty Scurll once. So I mean,
that's who would be the third. I want Marty Scurll to get out of the booking thing with ROH and join Cody and Hangman, and they can be like a heel version of the Elite, because the best version of Cody, of the American Nightmare, was when he was a heel.
Oh yeah, Ronnie, your final thoughts?
I mean, for what it was a great show. I mean, other than really the two women's matches, I liked the latter match. I didn't like the two women's matches. Like I said, there was issues with that. I had no issue with this show though. I loved every minute of this show.
I don't know. See, I like the two women's matches. Sheeta and Rose is as much as sloppy as Rose is.
I can't watch Nyla. Like, dude, as much as I can, she's not even passable in the ring. She's just, God, a bore.
I don't know. Sheeta was entertaining, and
Sheeta was fun. Sheeta was fun, but I'm saying I can't get behind Nyla. Period.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the whole pay-per-view was good. There was a few clunkers here and there. I mean, Nyla was a clunker. The Chris Statlander match, that was okay. It was what it was for being thrown together pretty much last minute. The matches of the night, obviously, other than the main event, which is in a league of its own, I have to go with MJF and Jungle Boy. I'm sorry, that has to be my match of the night, was those two. Because those two, I've said it before and I'll say it again, they're your future main eventers in 5 years. Bottom line.
Let me see. My match of the night, Stadium Stampede.
Yeah, same.
But if I have to pick something else, after watching it, Mox and Brody, I really like that match. It was a fight. And then I like MJF Jungle Boy. Then probably would be Sheeta and Rose, because Sheeta had so much emotion behind it that made it very entertaining to me that I didn't care about Nyla Rose's horrible botching and sloppiness, because Sheeta sold it and I was more on the side of Sheeta, and the fact that Sheeta won it with that kendo shot made it that much better.
I mean, I think we're all in agreement. We all love the main event. That goes without saying. You know, that's why I said my match of the night, other than the main event, had to be MJF and Jungle Boy, because that match was just awesome.
And I like how AEW called an audible. Well, they were forced to do an audible with Stat and Ford. And instead of being like, oh, let's have this great, great, great match, they basically were like, no, let's put Stat over. That was the smartest move they could have done. They made Stat look great.
Yeah.
I mean, when it was away from certain spots that, they had planned, that's when Ford went a little slow and with the chain wrestling and shit like that.
Yeah.
But when it came time to do the spots, Ford was right there and right in it. I'll give Ford that.
Okay, here's one last question. I got one last question. During the whole Spring Stampede match, one part of the match was the funniest part of the match to each of you. Chris, what was your funniest part of the whole match, of the Stadium Stampede match?
Jericho on the sidelines doing the whole bit with the I hate mascots and then the challenge flag and all that. Oh my dude, I was rolling.
Ronnie?
It has to be the same. I mean, I could easily say the Hardy bit, but I really think the Jericho.
That was my bit. That was mine. Mine was the Hardy and I'll call them LAX. Hell, they are LAX in the pool. That by far that popped me that popped me the biggest.
I think
EYFBO.
See, I think for wrestling heads, the Hardy bit would pop on the most. I mean, we're wrestling heads, but for people like me and Ronnie, where we are starved for football, the football humor, dude, that popped the shit out of me.
Dude, right now, me and you be gearing up for the CFL.
Yeah. Yeah, and that popped the shit out of me. The football humor popped the hell out of me. I mean, because even, like, Jim's like, I guess you're going to challenge to play. JR's like, I guess you get a challenge to play. The whole flag for excessive celebration. The football humor had me rolling. And it felt completely perfect. Like I said, my biggest gripe about this whole pay-per-view was Orange Cassidy should be nowhere near a gimmick match from now on.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he brought down the ladder match. If you take out Orange Cassidy and you put anybody else in there, I mean, if Sammy Guevara wasn't in the Stadium Stampede match, or if he even was, and they had him do double duty with the ladder match, it would have been 10 times better. Orange Cassidy did nothing for that ladder match. Not a goddamn thing. The best thing Orange Cassidy did was when he was getting beat down and Chuck Taylor came out there in bare feet.
Yeah.
It's like, I gotta help Orange. I was laughing about that, but Orange, when he first reached up, I was like, ha ha ha.
But then he did it again.
Yeah, then he did it again. I'm like, okay, this is so stupid. And then when he tried to do the ladder, when he did it the first time,
it fell over. Yeah.
And it fell, I was like, okay. And then after that, when JR was like, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up. You got to pick. Then I'm just like, Jesus Christ, this is so stupid. That's when I started looking at that clock, like, who's next? And that's a bad thing with a match like that. Like, when Royal Rumbles have that, and you lose sight of who's in the ring, you're like, who's next?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I know exactly what you mean.
So, Ronnie, you want to put over your movie that, since it was a pay-per-view, you want to remind everybody what the movie of next week is going to be?
Yeah, next week we're going to review Kickboxer Vengeance.
Oh, yeah.
And I already have some gripes with it. Not for how bad it is, but I have some editing gripes with this fucking movie.
Well, I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know. So I'll have to watch it this week.
But yes, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was From Real to Heel.
Wait, you're going to complain about a Van Damme movie, editing in a Van Damme movie?
Oh, no.
Wait till next week. Wait till next week, Chris.
If you listen, there's certain things that bother me when it comes to movies, and it's consistency. And John, when you see it, I may have to point it out, but you'll understand.
I will.
Chris, I think you know where I'm going with this.
Probably.
Yes, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was From Real to Heel. I am Effin' Ronnie. You can follow us on Facebook at the Nerdport Network. Follow us on the Nerd Zone Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Effin' Ronnie.
And Trips NXC.
At the Zombie Master.
Follow us also on Patreon. We are going to put the this episode and the what's it called? The Best Bet podcast on there too, but they will also be free on YouTube. So please go check them out. But with that,
we're not putting this on Patreon.
I put it up just so they have it on there. It's not. Oh. It's just content for that. It's not. It's also going to be on YouTube.
Hi, if you donate to Patreon, you get something you get for free.
Yeah, no, it's just, but it's there for archive purposes.
Oh, okay. God. Oh, man. Hi, if you donate on Patreon, you get this for free.
Hey, I could always put the hi, how'd you get into wrestling?
Oh God.
The JP well, that's going to be on Patreon.
Yes, it will be, and I'll talk to you guys about that in 2 seconds. But yes, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am Effin' Ronnie. The check is cleared, and boys, let's get out of here.
So how'd you get into wrestling?
See ya!
Peace.